Very sad indeed. Were you with him at the end?
No. He died abroad, in Paris in fact. I had a telegram last night from the manager of the Grand Hotel.
Was the cause of death mentioned?
A severe chill, it seems.
As a man sows, so lets him reap.
Charity, dear Miss Prism. Charity.
That's gonna be the line on stage to close the whole thing up.
Charity, dear Miss Prism, charity. None of us are perfect. I myself am peculiarly susceptible to drafts. Will the interment take place here?
Damn it, I'm sorry. No, he seems to have expressed a desire to be buried in Paris.
In Paris? I fear that hardly points to any very...
Food and drink. At the present moment, I am eating muffins because I am unhappy. Besides, I am particularly fond of muffins.
Well, that is very much you
I wish you would have tea cake instead. I don't like tea cake.
Oh, good heavens, I suppose a man may eat his own muffins in his own garden.
But you have just said it was perfectly heartless to eat muffins.
I said it was perfectly heartless of you under the circumstances. That is a very different thing.
That may be, but the muffins are all the same.
How do you wish to goodness you would go?
Oh, no! Come on! You dropped the muffin!
Our muffins out!
Why couldn't you drop the tea cake?
You animals, you blew it up!
What? You can't possibly ask me to go without having some dinner. It's absurd. I never go without dinner. No one ever does except vegetarians and people like that. Besides, I just made arrangements with Dr. Chasuble to be christened at 5:45 under the name of Earnest.
My dear fellow, the sooner you give up that nonsense, the better. I made arrangements this morning with Dr. Chasuble to be christened myself at 5:30, and I naturally will take the name of Earnest. Gwendolyn would wish it. We can't both be christened Earnest, it's absurd. Besides, I have a perfect right to be christened if I like. There is no evidence at all that I've ever been christened by anybody. I should think it extremely probable I never was, and so does Dr. Chasuble. It was entirely different in your case. You have been christened already.
Yes, but I've not been christened for years.
Yes, but you have been christened. That is the important thing.
Quite so. So I know my constitution can stand it. If you're not quite sure about your ever having been christened, I must say I think it's rather dangerous you're venturing on it now. It might take you it might make you very unwell. You can hardly have forgotten that someone very closely connected with you was nearly carried off this week in Paris by a severe chill.
Yes, but you said yourself that a severe chill was not hereditary.
It used to be, I know, but I dare say it is now. Science is always making wonderful improvements in things.
Oh, that is nonsense. You're always talking nonsense.
Jack, you're at the muffins again. I wish you wouldn't. There are only 2 left. And I told you I was particularly fond of muffins.
But I hate tea cake.
Why on earth then do you allow tea cake to be served up for your guests? What ideas you have of hospitality?
Algernon, I've already told you to go. I don't want you here. Why don't you go?
I haven't quite finished my tea yet. And there's still 1 muffin left.